Hello everyone, my name is Irfan. I am a YouTuber, photographer, cinematography enthusiast, and today I'll be giving you a few tips to capture smooth handheld footage. So let's get started. The first tip that I have for you, and it's a mistake that I see a lot of people making, is to keep the camera as close to your body as possible. If you hold the camera like this, the footage is always going to be shaky. So tuck in your elbows, hold the camera like this, and if your camera has a flip-up screen, it's even better to hold the camera near your center of gravity with both your hands. The second tip is pretty straightforward. You might have seen a lot of snipers use it in video games, and they use it because it works. So whenever you're shooting and the shot is 5-6 seconds long, try to hold your breath. Whenever you put the camera on record, try to hold your breath. It will take away the small micro jitters, the shakes, and the footage will look much smoother. The third tip that I have for you is to use the camera strap that came with your camera, or if you have lost it, you can order a new one. Won't be more than a few dollars. You can use that camera strap, put it around your neck, pull on it a little bit, and that way you can create 3 contact points between the camera and your body. Previously, we only had our 2 hands holding the camera. Now we have the strap as well, and that way the footage will be much smoother. The next tip might not be applicable in every single situation, but if you have the option to, then always use a wider lens. It will be extremely hard to capture a smooth handheld shot on a 85mm lens or a 150mm lens, but it'll be much easier on a 35 or a 24mm lens. Always, if you have the option to, use a wider lens. The next tip is very crucial if you ever want to capture a smooth shot while walking. Doesn't matter if it's handheld, on a gimbal, on a Steadicam, you will have to learn to walk a certain way, and it's very easy. You just bend your knees while walking. Make sure your shoulders do not move too much, and whenever your foot lands, make sure you land on your heel first and then the toe. If you can learn to walk like this, the footage will be way smoother. So do give it a try. Before getting into the next step, I'd just like to tell you that shaky footage looks bad, it looks unprofessional, but handheld footage, it looks great. It's used in a lot of TV shows, it's used in a lot of movies, because I think it adds to that organic feeling of that whole image. So the next time you're shooting handheld, do not try to become a tripod. A, you won't be able to for more than 1 or 2 seconds, and B, you'll introduce tiny micro jitters in the footage, which will make it look very unprofessional. So why not embrace that you're shooting handheld, introduce a little bit of that sway motion, maybe try shifting your weight from one foot to the other and see how it looks. And in my personal opinion, it has always looked better than a locked off tripod shot. If you have a shot in mind which requires camera movements, like there's a pan or a tilt, the slower your movements, the shakier the footage is going to be. So you can either move the camera a little bit quicker, or you can bump up your camera's frame rates. And that's what we're going to discuss next. Frame rates. If your camera has the option to shoot higher frame rates like 60 fps or 120 fps, and if used properly, I think this can make your footage look like it was shot on a gimbal or even a dolly. But do not become that person that shoots everything in slow-mo. Do not use it excessively. A good use of it would be while shooting stationary objects, because you won't be able to tell if it's high frame rate, slowed down, or if it's normal speed. The next tip is for people who do not enjoy using camera straps, like me. I know it's a bit risky, but that's how I have always used my cameras. That's how I've always liked using my camera. So if you are like me, you can either use a GorillaPod and push it slightly towards your chest, or you can use a tripod and put it on your shoulder. The concept is the same as the camera strap. You're just increasing the contact points with your camera from 2 to 3. That's either your shoulder or your chest. The next tip is very useful, maybe the most useful out of all the tips I'll be sharing today, and I have not seen more than 2 or 3 people in my whole life use it, so it's sort of like a secret as well. If you do not have a tripod with you, if you do not have a GorillaPod with you, but if you have a camera bag, you can wear that bag on your chest, put the camera on top of it, and use it like a tripod head. You can use it to pan, you can use it to tilt. It does not really work that well for walking shots, for tracking shots, because the bag moves a lot, but for everything else, it works great. And that was the video. I hope you liked it, and I hope it helps you in capturing smooth handheld footage and upping your cinematography game. My name is Irfan. I'll see you soon. Take care.